Yo, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Lycan Studios. Today we're going to be taking a look at Episode 3 of the Plotline review for Game of Thrones Season 8. So I think one of the best ways that I can actually do this is we're going to discuss the previous episode in the next episode, if that makes sense. So like today we're going to be talking a little bit about Episode 2 and some of the things that probably can't happen and some of the things that you guys have been commenting a lot about. So probably the biggest thing that I should have mentioned yesterday is the fact that Cersei and Bronn probably will not be in the same scene together. A lot of people actually don't know this, but the actors who play Bronn and Cersei, which is Lena Headey and Jerome Flynn in the reverse order, they actually can't stand each other in real life. They dated for a while and apparently it ended really bad, and it's actually in their contracts that they're not even supposed to be in the same room together, let alone in the same scene. So I'm sure with quite a bit of editing and maybe like some doubles and stuff like that, they could probably pull it off, but this just seems very unlikely when they could easily just keep them out of the same scene, kind of like they did at the Dragon Pit. So next is actually Bronn's death. I don't think he would be like struck down by the mountain that fast and his life would be over. Like, he's a pretty witty character. I feel like he would get away, and he's such a beloved character. I don't feel like they would just kill him off like that. Honestly, if you want my full opinion, I think that Bronn will be one of the ones who makes it throughout the whole show. He just seems like that type to survive, if that makes sense. He just seems like he's able to adapt to pretty much any situation and also form pretty good relationships with people. But anyways, last but not least, speaking of a relationship with Bronn, we got to talk about Tyrion. So honestly, if the show actually plays out like this theory, it kind of seems like Tyrion is going to end up being a bad guy. And I really do not like that. I really don't feel like he's over his previous relationship, let alone already kind of like falling in love with Dany enough to actually betray Jon, who he actually kind of likes, if you remember from their time on the wall and stuff. So I really don't see the whole situation playing out like he actually kind of talks Jon into going to see Cersei. Maybe Varys could do that, I'm not too sure. But then Varys ends up taking the fall for it, which probably wouldn't happen either, and ends up being beheaded. A lot of people think he's actually going to die in the fire. But anyways, I don't think Tyrion's going to be a bad guy. So now that we got that out of the way, I want to make a huge announcement. So I brought it up a couple videos ago, and I've actually had people telling me that I should do this. I have created a Patreon page. Now, don't feel obligated to go to it or anything, but you will be rewarded if you decide to pledge any type of amount. I honestly think as far as other YouTubers go and stuff with this, I am doing some of the coolest rewards. Like, for instance, my best one, you'll get a free t-shirt, and before that, you can actually get like a personalized thank you sent to your door. I'm not going to waste all of you guys' time explaining how like all the rewards and stuff work, but I will put it at the end of the video if you're interested. And the last thing before we jump into the script real quick, I just wanted to say big shout out to Wilson, who is a disabled Iraq veteran. I just wanted to say I really appreciate your service and thank you so much for watching, commenting, and liking and all that good stuff. It means a lot, man. Make sure to smash that thumbs up button. We're shooting for 200 once again on this video. If you guys are continuously liking and commenting and all that good stuff, you may just possibly find yourself in one of the shout outs in a future video. But alright, so let's jump into the script for Episode 3. So Jaime, along with the River Run and some Lannister forces, arrive in Winterfell. There is initially hostility towards him, but Sansa, Tyrion, Brienne, and even Jon vouch for him. Jaime informs everyone that Cersei has still not agreed to support them. Probably some scenes of Jaime reuniting with Brienne, Tyrion, and Jon. Likely some memorable dialogue and moments here. During their conversation, Tyrion will tell Jaime that Jon is actually Aegon, and that the armies have united under him as the one true king of Westeros. Jaime will mention that he is worried for what might happen to Cersei and his unborn child when this is all over. Tyrion will give him a look of sympathy and promise to help keep them safe. Meanwhile, in Essos, Theon's forces will arrive at the shore under the cover of night. Theon will hold his fleet back and will try to sneak into the silence to free Yara. Theon will take out various guards along the way. They will be unable to yell out for help though, as Euron had all their tongues removed. Theon will manage to free Yara, but Euron will spot them before they can leave the ship. Euron will prepare to kill them. Theon will tell Yara to escape and that he will stay and fight. He will indicate that he owes her for the last time. Theon and Euron begin to fight, and Yara will escape to one of her loyal Greyjoy ships. Yara will command the fleet to attack, and a large battle breaks out. Initially, the Yara fleet will have the advantage, but Euron and the Golden Company will have the numbers, and the battle will start to sway in their favor. At that point, Melisandre will arrive with the reinforcements from Volantis and attack by land. Euron's fleet and the Golden Company will be caught between the two forces on the beach. Theon, Yara, and Melisandre's side will defeat Euron and the Golden Company. Mel's crew will likely be using fire magic and attacks. Euron will be pissed that Theon kept him occupied for so long and cost him the fight. He will cut Theon open and push him into the water below. Euron will manage to escape with only his ship, the Silence, and quickly sail back to Westeros. Yara will pull Theon out of the water and say her goodbyes. Theon will be happy that he could give his life to save her. One final act of redemption. Probably some lines about Ned Stark would be proud of you, and what's dead may never die will be thrown around. Melisandre will inform Yara of the upcoming battle that needs to be waged against the undead. The Greyjoy fleets, Yara's ships and the captured Euron fleet will be used to transport the Lord of Light followers back to Westeros. Meanwhile, Jon and Dany prepare to be married as soon as possible because Jon won't know when or if he will die again during the Great War, and he won't want his child to be a bastard like he thought he was. The Night King's army continues to advance. The Dreadfort is overran and the undead army grows in size. They are almost upon Winterfell. Word of Euron's defeat reaches Westeros. Cersei is pissed about losing her army. She makes a comment to Qyburn that there is more than one way to win a war and she still has plans to win. Qyburn will mention that everything is proceeding better than expected. Bran will be doing extensive amounts of warging into the past to see what caused the creation of the White Walkers. He will also be doing lots of surveillance on the Night King, Viserion, and the undead horde. They will ask Bran to warg into Viserion and bring him back under their control. Bran will indicate that he can only warg into something that is still living, but perhaps there is another way the war can be stopped. Potentially lots of backstory and flashbacks at this point. The army is arming everyone, practicing battle formations, and preparing for the final battle at Winterfell. Possibly lots of scenes of various heroes training together. The episode ends with Jon and Dany happily exchanging vows in the Winterfell Godswood. This wedding will likely be done in secrecy, with Sam documenting it for the Citadel. It will be noticeable that Dany is many months pregnant by this point, and likely a very romantic and memorable moment to end the episode. So honestly, after reading all of these episodes, this seems kind of like the episode where I'm just not too sure about, but I definitely want to get your guys' opinions before we discuss it in the next video. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that episode 3. I know like some stuff's pretty iffy, but that's what this is all about. Just creating discussion, picking apart some of these theories and stuff like that. And yeah, just having fun. The winner of the shout out for today's video, Wilson, actually brought up something pretty interesting that I wanted to ask all of you guys as well. What do you guys think they're going to cover on the spin-offs of Game of Thrones? I mentioned to him that I would love to see Aegon's conquest, but I would love to hear what you guys would like to see. For all of you guys who have made it this far in the video and are still watching, I really appreciate it. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the stuff going on with the Patreon page. So first off, the link will be in the description below, probably also in the pinned comment. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and break it down by what rewards you will receive at different tiers. So the first tier is going to be Pups of the Pack. That's going to be for $1 or more per month. You'll have access to Patreon exclusive content such as polls and stuff like that, a one-time shout out at the end of the next video, and sneak peeks of future video thumbnails. For some reason, if you don't know what a thumbnail is, it's basically like the image that you see before you click on the video. So it'll kind of give you an idea of what that video is going to be about. Next, we have Wolves of the Pack. This is going to be the second tier for $3 or more per month. You'll have access to everything, of course, mentioned previously, plus you'll get a sneak peek of the content in future videos, likely like a paragraph or something that I've typed up. Plus, you'll get access to Patreon-only Q&As. For tier number 3, we have Alphas of the Pack. This is going to be for $5 or more per month. You'll have access to everything mentioned previously, plus your name will be added to the video credits, which I think I may actually put at the beginning of the video just so everybody will definitely see it. You'll also get access to bonus videos. To have the status of being a direwolf of the pack, you will have to pledge $10 or more per month for the 4th tier. You'll have access to, of course, everything mentioned previously, plus a one-time shout-out in the beginning of the next video. And we will put your input from the previous video into the next video. So for example, if you leave a really good comment on the last video, we will add it to the next video. So for the second highest tier on Patreon, we are doing Lycans of the Pack. If you don't know what a Lycan is, it's basically a werewolf. You should definitely watch Underworld if you haven't. That's kind of where I got my name from. But anyways, for $20 or more per month, you'll have access to everything mentioned previously, plus early access to scheduled uploads and a personalized thank you postcard sent to your door. I'm working on having custom ones made right now. And last, but certainly not least, we have the Undead Wolves of the Pack. This is the top tier. For $50 or more per month, you'll have access to everything mentioned previously, plus a free Lycan Studios t-shirt. Now, I don't know about you, but I think that's a pretty good deal. Nah, I'm just joking. Anything that you guys do will definitely help from $1 to $50. It all matters, and I really appreciate it. What do you guys actually think about me dropping a clothing store pretty soon? I actually already have the website and everything completed. I just haven't decided if I really want to launch it or not yet. Most of you guys are into Game of Thrones and stuff, and that's why you watch my videos, so I'm not really too sure how interested you are with the actual brand Lycan Studios. I really need to find somebody who's really good at graphics designing and stuff to, one, help me make some like different different channel art and stuff like that. But two, maybe we can incorporate my logo into Game of Thrones somehow. But anyways, that's pretty much the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Like I said before, this is just all about creating discussion and stuff like that. If you did make it this far, definitely put in your comment, I'm liking this, so I can tell that you actually watched the whole video. It really means a lot, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Can't wait for episode 4. We'll see you guys later. Peace.